Every time that you think that Kody Brown from Sister Wives can't say something weirder or more upsetting, he did in this last episode where he says, I miss the love of the children, and that's it. This is in reference to the discussion that he had with Robin where they went up on a hill to watch the sunset and then left before the sunset. He's like, we better get out of here before it gets dark. And you're like, I thought you were going to watch the sunset. Anyway, he was talking about how things are over with the other wives. He's all done, and he's saying, I don't miss any of it, which is kind of sad because, okay, you know, they did have nice times together, but whatever. But then he says, I miss the love of the children. And that's such an odd wording. It stuck out to both me and my husband and many other people since that is not how you talk about a relationship with real people. When you talk about relationships with real people and you value them for who you are, you say things like, I really miss my kids, or I miss my relationship with my kids, or I miss spending time with my kids. You don't say, I miss the love of the children, but this is very on brand for how he has talked about the children and in the past. So let's go backwards. We talk about, they went back and they visited his own hometown, and one gal said, it doesn't surprise me that you're a polygamist because you always had to be the center of attention. So the idea that you went and got 4 wives and had a bunch of kids so that you were always the center of attention makes a lot of sense to me, which is very similar to what this sounds like. I like the adoration of the children. I liked when I was the center of their world. I liked it when everyone came to me and told me how important I was. And they used to do that a lot. Another example of this is when the anthropologist, or just in general, his relationship with his kids came up as a topic, and they talked about how he was better with the younger kids. He was better with the boys. And he talked about how he got along better with the boys because he could talk about things like cars and sports, which are his interests, not their interests, his interests. And you really saw, and many of the kids said that when he would come over on his night in their house, you would watch the TV he wanted to watch. You would do whatever he wanted. And a couple of the wives said it was kind of almost disruptive when he was there because they would have their own flow. And then when he came, it was like everyone had to cater to him. And it just reinforces the idea that this is exactly true, that what he misses is what the kids did for him, what they provided to him, rather than each unique person that they are and how much he valued them. And in fact, if you listen to how he talks about Robin, he talks about Robin in a similar way. These are the qualities about her. He likes her loyalty, which, there's a whole nother video in there about whether or not she really is loyal. That does she really follow his rules, or does she convince him that they're his rules and then follow her own rules, like that kind of thing? But yeah, you see Kody as someone who really sees other people through the lens of what they provide to him. And this was one of those things that he said that I don't think he realized how much he was exposing by saying it. But it really caught me as like a summary of who he is as a father, unfortunately.